My name is Kyle Efrail G. Collado from BSE 2C, and I'm reporting about Environmental Science and Engineering, or ES 243. First, ecology, the study of organisms and their interactions with the environment surrounding them. These are some examples of ecology: how humans and animals affect each other. Second, how animals and plants affect each another. Third, the effect of dumping of oil in the river. The- Fourth, the effect of burning plastics in the atmosphere. Ecology is the branch of biology that deals with the relations of organisms to one another and to their surroundings. It seeks to understand the vital connections between plants and animals and everything around them. Biosphere, the part of the earth that supports life. The biosphere, also known as the ecosphere, is made up of the parts of Earth where life exists. There are two components of ecology. First is biotic. Biotic, these things have their own lives. These are some examples of biotic: humans, animals, insects, trees, plants, bacteria, and etc. The second one is abiotic. These are things that doesn't have life but supports the living things. These are some examples of abiotic: atmosphere, soil, ocean, rock, glass, wood, sunlight, and etc. There are three major components of biotic factor. First is producer, the providers of food as well as the source of oxygen for humans and animals. Producers are any kind of green plant. Green plants make their food by taking sunlight and using the energy to make sugar. The plant uses this sugar, also called glucose, to make many things such as wood, leaves, roots, and bark. Consumer, the eater of the food produced by the producer, as well as the provider of carbon dioxide needed by plants and trees. Consumers, unlike producers, they cannot make their own food. To get energy, they eat plants or another animals. While some both eat, there are also two types of consumer, which is herbivore and that only eats plants, and carnivore that only eats meat. Third, decomposer, the one which the remains of producers and consumers decay. Decomposers are an organism, especially a soil bacterium, fungus, or invertebrate that decompose organic materials. Viruses are not living things. Viruses are complicated assemblies of molecules including proteins, nucleic acids, lipids, and carbohydrates. But on their own, they can do nothing until they enter a living cell. Without cells, viruses would not be able to multiply. Therefore, viruses are not living things. Viruses can infect a variety of living organisms, including bacteria, plants, and animals. Viruses are so small that a microscope is necessary to visualize them. A virus is an infectious agent that can only replicate within a host organism. These are the level of organization in ecology. First, individuals. One human, one lion. One ant, one plant, and so on are all examples of individuals. Population. A population is a group of many individuals, such as group of humans, a lion's den, or a tomato garden. Community. A community is a group of people from various populations, such as a place with many plants, animals, insects, and so on. Ecosystem. The ecosystem is typically a community as well as a abiotic factors. It is a far larger It is a far larger than the community. Biome. A biome is a huge area of a land on Earth with similar climate, land formation, and land composition. It is made up of various groups of ecosystems that have similar qualities. Biosphere. Any part of the planet that supports life is referred to as a biosphere. It is composed of various biomes. The levels of organization in ecology, ranging in various levels, which is the individual, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and lastly, biosphere. The levels of organization are described from the smallest to the largest. In other words, an ecosystem is all the living things in area interacting with all of the abiotic parts of the environment. In this picture, we have first is individual. Individual means is an alone organism. Second one is population. Population is a particular section group or type of people or animals living in an area or a region. Third, community. Community means all the organisms living in a particular area or place. The fourth is ecosystem. Ecosystem is a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment.
The six major Earth biomes. The first one is aquatic biome. It's underwater. It consists of freshwater regions and marine or saltwater regions. The three types of freshwater regions are ponds and lakes, streams and rivers, and wetlands. Marine regions include ocean, coral reefs, and estuaries. So yung sa aquatic biome is naka-focus lang siya sa lugar na puro merong tubig. Yung second one is forests. Forests are generally characterized as having a vast volume of trees. It is divided into three subbiomes. Tropical rainforest is mainly identified as the rainiest of all biomes. It consists of two seasons, wet and dry. Temperatures are generally hot all year long, ranging from 32 degrees Celsius to 38 degrees Celsius in summer, with just a slight drop of night time of wet season. So, sa tropical rainforest, mas mahaba daw yung panahon na mas mainit dito na naglalaro sa 30 degrees Celsius up to 38 degrees Celsius tuwing summer. Bihira lang din daw umulan dito o yung tinatawag na wet season. Dito sa Pilipinas, meron tayong tropical rainforest na matatagpuan sa Luzon. A home of million species of plants and animals. The types of animals depend on the location places. Southeast Asia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and etc. So, dito sa mga tropical rainforest natin, since marami siyang source of life, maraming mga iba't ibang living things or organism ang nabubuhay dito since sobrang sustainable lang rainforest. So, ito yung example ng picture ng rainforest. So, meron ito sa part ng Luzon, which is kung saan nakatira yung mga Philippine Eagles natin. So, the second one is temperate deciduous forest. Is characterized mainly by its deciduous leaf shedding trees and complete four seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall. So, dito naman sa type ng forest na to is kompleto yung apat na season, yung taglamig, taglagas, tagtuyot, at tagulan. The temperature is mostly temperate all year around at average of 10 degrees Celsius with a big drop during winter This is below freezing. It has also long growing season of 6 months that makes it prime for agriculture. Also have a wide variety of plants and animals. Black bear, wolves, coyotes, squirrels, and wide variety of small birds are common in this region. So, ang kadalasan nito sa Japan, France, Spain, Germany, Netherlands, Poland, Eastern China, Southeast of America, and portion of Russia, Canada, and New Zealand. So dito sa Pilipinas, since dalawa lang naman yung seasons natin, wala sila dito. Kadalasan, yun, matatagpuan nga lang siya sa ibang bansa. Yan, ito yung example picture niya. So the third one is coniferous or boreal forest or taiga. Is the largest of all the land biomes. Forest fires during summer are very common. It has a typical short, wet, and cool summer, and long cold winters where spring and fall are too short to notice. So dito daw sa klase ng biomes na to ay bihira lang yung tag-ulan o mas mahaba yung panahon na mas mainit sa lugar na to. Rainfall and snows are moderate. Temperature ranging from 18 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius in summer and can drop as low as negative 25 Celsius in winter. Known for a majority of trees that are coniferous and also called evergreen, which means the leaves remains green all the years and never drop. This is type of commonly includes Douglas fir, white spruce, and hemlock. Some of common animals are bobcat, wolves, lynx, and etc. that commonly feed on deer, rabbits, squirrels, and etc. Though there are not much variety of plants because of poor soil quality and animals due to limited food supply and harsh weather conditions. It inhabits millions of insects and birds usually migrate here to feed on them. Place includes most of part of Russia, Canada, Finland, Sweden, Norway, southern part of Chile, and portion of New Zealand. So, ito yung example ng picture niya. So, sa mga lugar na tuyot na kagaya nito, na buong season halos mainit lang, bihira lang yung mga makikita mo na klase ng puno na nabubuhay dito. Kaya, the fourth one is tundra. Tundra is the coldest biome and often dry, consisting of treeless plains that are most of the time covered with darkness. It has two seasons, only short summer of about 6 to 8 weeks and a long period of winter. It receives very less rainfall. So, dito sa tundra, sinasabi na mas mahaba yung oras ng gabi dito. Parang kagaya sa ibang bansa, yung mga pinabalabas sa TV na walang umaga sa lugar nila, puro gabi lang. Sabi rin dito, bihira lang daw umulan sa gantong klase ng lugar. Subsoils are permanently frozen which is called permafrost. So yung tawag daw sa lupa na nagyayelo is permafrost. So kasi dito sa lugar na to, bihira nga lang masikatan ng araw tapos sobrang lamig. So halos lahat ng nasa paligid niya is nagyayelo. During winter, night is so much longer than the day, and there are times where the sun does not rise at all. It's vice versa in summer. They are much longer than night, and times it's almost all day. The temperature never gets hotter than 10 degrees Celsius in summer, but can be as low as negative 50 degrees Celsius in winter. So yung pinakamainit na daw nila na temperatura tuwing summer is 10 degrees Celsius. So malamig pa rin yun. There is roughly totally of only 48 species of animals in this region. Some animals hibernate during winter and some migrate to other biomes. The common animals are the polar bear, Arctic fox, caribou, or reindeer. Ina. Ano to? Reindeer and snowy owl. Arctic tundra are found in Alaska, northern Canada, northern Russia, and parts of Peru. Alpine tundra, much like Arctic tundra, this area has no trees in the mountains of Mexico, Colorado, Alaska, and Chile. Majority of tundra isn't inhabited by humans. So yung ibang lugar daw ng tundra is di kayang tirhan o hindi natitirhan ng mga tao dahil sa paligid na nga rin ito na syempre wala kang mapapagkuhanan ng pagkain kasi nagyayelo lang lahat. Tapos ang hirap mabuhay kasi sobrang lamig. So these are examples of tundra. Ito yung picture niya. So hindi siya ganun ka nagyayelo. Baka tunaw na yung yelo, mainit na eh.
Desert. Unang papasok sa isip natin, syempre, mainit, di ba? Desert. Deserts are mainly characterized with very little to no rainfall at all within a year. So, sa isang taon, maliit or hindi pa umuulan yung chance ng pag-ulan dito sa desert. And are hardly to consist of any standing water. Thus, it is the driest of all biomes. So, desert, mainit. So, syempre, kapag mainit, matik, di ba? Dry siya. And usually very hot. And hindi umuulan doon kaya madalas mainit. There are also times that due to strong heat coming from the sun, rain evaporates before it reaches the ground. The temperature fluctuates drastically from day to night. It can be as hot as 45 degrees Celsius during daytime and as cold as 1 degree Celsius comes nighttime, which is obviously harsh to human and animal as well. Kaya walang nabubuhay na, meron naman nabubuhay na hayop dito, kaso oonti lang. And halos walang nakatira dito sa desert kasi mahirap talagang mabuhay kasi lack of water or kulang sa tubig. That is why only few animals survive in the desert. It has a very unforgiving landscape too. True deserts are normally very hot. The Sahara Desert in Africa, Middle East, Asia, KS, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Qatar, Syria, etc. Ito yung mga country na may desert at pinaka-hottest country sa mundo. Kabilang sila dito. Parts of Mexico and Australia, cold deserts, Gobind Desert of China, west coast of Chile, south of Argentina, northwest of California, and parts of Peru. Exist too and may get a lot of snow. Four subcategories of the desert biome are hot, semi-arid, coastal, and cold. Plants are almost non-exist in deserts. So wala siyang tubig. Alam naman natin na plant ay kailangan ng tubig. Kaya halos cactus lang yung nabubuhay dito na plant. Kasi cactus, kahit walang tubig, nakaka-survive siya. Kasi nakaka-create siya ng own water sa katawan niya. Part ng plant. Except for cactus, yon, and few grasses. Common animals are rodents, rattlesnakes, lizard, porcupines, tarantula, and some puma, dingo, and bobcat. There are also camels on certain locations. Majority of animals are nocturnal. Tenets. Ayan, makikita natin na talagang mainit. Sa kulay pa lang malalaman na natin mainit and makikita natin na wala talagang source of water dito sa desert. So, ayan. Grassland are made up of grasses with a very few sparsely placed individual trees. It is located in between forest and the desert biome. So dito natin matatagpuan sa kalagitnaan ng forest and desert yung grassland. Grasslands do not receive enough rainfall to grow trees. May nare-receive naman siyang ulan kaso hindi siya enough para mabuhay yung mga puno. It receives rainfall less than the forest but greater than the desert. It is divided into biomes. Yan. Temperature grassland is an area where half of the year is generally warm, while the other half is very cold with temperature around 30 degrees Celsius in summer and below -10 degrees Celsius in winter, but can be low as negative 40 degrees Celsius in a certain areas. So half ng year is mainit and half ng year is malamig. So parang tig-half sila, half year. Yun. The soils are extremely fertile, which are perfect for cropping. That is why most of its are used for farming. So dito yung land na pinaka-goods para sa pagtatanim. Kasi dahil sa soil. And pabago-bago din yung klima nito. Half year. Kaya goods siya para sa iba't ibang klase ng pagtatanim. It has 2 seasons. Growing season covers the traditional spring-summer months. And dormant season covers the traditional fall-winter months. Plants do not grow during dormant season for the temperatures very cold. Similar to savanna, there's delicate balance of predator and prey here. Wolves, fox, and coyote are some of common animals. Notable places are America that extends to southwest border of Canada, steppes of Russia, pampas of Argentina and Uruguay, bells of South Africa and plains of New Zealand. Ito yung mga lugar na tinatamaan nito. So next pa. Kaya makikita natin yung mga damo niya napakalalaki. Pero wala tayong makikitang puno, halos puro damo lang. Kasi hindi nga sapat yung tubig na natatanggap para mag-grow ng trees. So yan. Tropical grasslands or savanna experience 2 seasons of very wet and very dry with temperature that is generally warm all year long, averaging 8 degrees Celsius wet season and 30 degrees Celsius dry season. Grasses here are taller than the temperature. Grasslands for the rainfall is a bit greater. So, meron lang siyang dalawang season, yung wet and dry season. Yung tropical grasslands or sinasabi natin savanna. Grasses here are taller than the temperate grasslands for the rainfall is a bit greater. Most soil are not rich and are not suitable for farming. So, malalaman natin kanina na ang grassland is pwede siyang pagtamnan. And ito naman tropical grassland is hindi okay yung soil niya para sa pagpa-farm. There is good balance of predators and prey. Some common animals which do not all occur in the same savanna are lion, tiger, leopard, cheetah, hyena, elephant, zebra, gazelle, giraffe, and buffalo. During periods of growth, it's an annual routine for many animals to migrate on other biomes, going back and forth for survival. So, yung mga hayop dito is naghahanap sila ng lugar na masusustain yung nila, yung needs nila. Kasi hindi naman palaging paiba-iba yung hindi naman stable yung klima dyan and yung needs nila. Kailangan din nila mag-migrate para sa mga needs. Usually, those that stay barely make it, like during dry season, waiting for rain. Fires are also common but induce a very less damage. Notable places are Africa, Argentina, Madagascar, India, Mexico, Brazil, and Australia. Almost half of Africa are savanna. So, yun, next pa. So, yan, makikita natin yung zebra, di ba? Almost puro animal yun nandyan sa lugar na yan. Chaparral is a temperate region having a characteristic of both forest and grassland. So, ang characteristic niya daw is both forest and grassland have low rainfall but receives more than desert biome. Wildfires and drought are usually common during the very dry summer months. So, sobrang init niya talaga. Common na lang dito yung mga wildfires, yung mga nag-aapoy doon. It has 2 seasons of mild temperature around 3 degrees Celsius in winter and generally from 29 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius in summer. Majority of animals are nocturnal. Races includes Mediterranean, Greek, Italy, Spain, etc. Some parts of Australia, South Africa, Chile, and California. Ito yung mga part ng country na nararanasan to. So, yan. So, yan yung example niya. So, yan. Thank you po.